Good morning, students, and once again a very hearty welcome to the English world of Aradhya. Myself, Rashmin Dabi. I am teaching English to the students of 9 to 12th of English medium. So, students, today we will learn your first poem. The title of the poem is A Photograph. Now, photograph had a great value in the olden times. People would go to have their photograph in the studios. That time we did not have mobile phones or so many cameras available. So they would go to the studios and they would get their photograph clicked. After that, the photograph would be framed. It would be pasted on a nice cardboard and then it would be framed with a glass cover. So that photograph could be preserved for a long time. And then they would hang those such photographs on their walls of the houses. So one such photograph, the poetess over here, who is Shirley Toulson, she looks at the past photograph of her mother. This was in the very much past, okay, when her mother's before marriage, this photograph was taken. Okay, so when mother was 12-year-old and her two aunties, cousin aunties, yani mother's two cousin sisters were also there with her, and they had gone to the sea for paddling, just to enjoy the sea. Okay, so they were dressed in swimming costumes, and one of their uncles also had gone with them, and uncle had just taken this photograph. Okay, so in photograph, what were their expressions, how they were looking, what was there in the background, everything is mentioned, and the poetess looks at this photograph, but the emotions just influence her so much that in the end we feel that it is a very appealing poem. It has that touch of sadness, okay, because the mother is no more. In the entire poem, three phases of mother's life, poetess mother's life, are mentioned. First phase is before her marriage, when the photograph was taken. Second phase, when the poetess was born, poetess childhood phase, when mother was now a married woman. And third phase is the phase after her death. The poetess is missing her very much because she is no more. Okay, so let's look at the poem, how it describes all these painful things to us. Okay, a photograph, Shirley Toulson. The cardboard shows me how it was when the two girl cousins went paddling, each one holding one of my mother's hands, and she, the big girl. Some 12 years or so, all three stood still to smile through their hair. At the uncle with the camera, a sweet face, my mother's, that was before I was born. And the sea, which appears to have changed less, washed their terribly transient feet. Some 20-30 years later, she would laugh at the snapshot. See Betty and Dolly, she would say, and look how they dressed us for the beach. The sea holiday was her past, mine is her laughter. Both wry with the labored ease of loss. Now she's been dead nearly as many years, as that girl lived, and of this circumstance there is nothing to say at all. Its silence silences. So student, this is your poem. Okay, now we will take the line wise explanation of the poem so that you can understand it in a better way. The cardboard shows me how it was. So who's looking at the cardboard? The poetess herself. The poetess just goes into the flashback through this cardboard. Here cardboard represents the photograph. So instead of saying the photograph shows me how it was, she says the cardboard shows me, because in those years, the photographs was pasted on the cardboard and then it was framed. Okay, so here she considers photograph as a cardboard. So figure of speech over there you will come to know is metonymy. Okay, so cardboard means photograph. The photograph shows me how it was, how was the past of her mother. in past how happy, how joyful mother was when she was hardly 12-13 years of age. Okay, when the two girl cousins went pedaling, each one holding one of my mother's hands. So altogether there are three people in the photographs. Okay, one is poetess mother and two are her aunties in their childhood days. Mother was 12-year-old, so both her aunties were very small and they were holding the mother's hands. One auntie one hand, another auntie another hand. Okay, but those aunties were also 5-7-year-old, so they were quite much younger to her mother. Okay, so when two girl cousins went pedaling, pedaling means they went into the sea barefooted. Okay, each one holding one of my mother's hands. So one aunt was holding her one hand and another aunt was holding her another hand. Okay, and she the big girl. Here she the big girl. She means the poetess's mother. The poetess mother is a big girl among them, some 12 years or so. She doesn't know the exact age, but looking at the photograph, you can make out that she was about 12 years or so. Sorry, all three stood still to smile through their hair because they are standing at the sea coast, okay, seashore. So there would be plenty of wind and the waves also would come. They would fly away their hair. The hair was flying here and there. So they were standing still. When you go for the photograph, the photographer will ask you to stand in a particular position. So similarly here they were standing still. Still means without moving. Okay, to smile through their hair is just flying here and there. Okay, so they have to control their hair also. While he clicks the photograph, some hair might come before their face, so their face may not be clearly seen, but normally the photographer would ask you to smile when you go for the photograph. So here they were smiling through their hair at the uncle with the camera. Now who was the cameraman over here? The cameraman was their uncle. Okay, so they were smiling through their hair at the uncle with their camera. A sweet face, my mother's. Next she informs us that when mother was 12-year-old, her face was very sweet. Okay, students, as you grow up, you see so many physical changes come into your body, and according to one science theory, our body constantly grows up. Okay, after certain age, the growth is in the reverse direction. Okay, the energy goes down. Okay, the body or the skin gets wrinkles on it, and our memory power also goes down. So after certain age, 45 or 50, the growth goes on in the reverse direction. Otherwise our body continuously grows. Okay, and if a person is the patient of that gland, okay, then what would happen? Then his body might go on growing. He would be too fat, too much obese. Okay, or if it is a dry one, then the body will go on shrinking. Okay, so students, here you see the mother's face was sweet because she was just 12 years of age. Okay, she is growing in height and body. So that time if you see a small child, his face, that small child itself looks very lovely. Okay, when he grows up, certain changes take place. So similarly here mother was just 12 years of age. Okay, she is in the growing process. So her face was looking very beautiful, and after all, it is her mother's face. Everybody would like his or her mother, whether her face is good enough or not. Nobody would hate his or her mother. Okay, even though they are deformed, even though they are not good looking, mothers are not good looking, then also everybody will value their mother. Understood? So here two reasons are there. She was in the growing process, so automatically her face looks good. Okay, beautiful, and plus she was her mother also, so the poetess likes her face more. That was before I was born. So when the mother was 12 years of age, means she was not even married, and when she was not married, this poetess was also not born. And the sea, which appears to have changed less. This photograph was taken at the seashore. Okay, and that was before her marriage, before the poetess was born. So here, after that, the poetess mother got married. After that, the poetess was born. Okay, and then many years passed. So during all these years, only one thing has remained static, not changed. What is that? Sea. And sea is what? Sea is the form of nature. So that's why it is said that nature will have the last laugh. We people, in the process of aging, we grow up, we get old, we get young, then we get old, okay, then we get very old, and then we die. But the nature remains the same. Here, see, 25 years ago, 50 years ago, the sea was same. Now also the sea is same. Its waves are quite live. Okay, the breeze you get at the seashore, that is also quite fresh. So that's why it is said that, and the sea, which appears to have changed less. See, you can't find much change in the sea. Sea looks almost the same. 50 years ago also it was same. Now also it is same. Washed their terribly transient feet. So these people, the poetess mother and her two aunts, all three of them were in the growing process. That time their hands and feet were of limited size. Then gradually they grew up. So now their hands, feet, their body, everything grew up. And that's why it is said that they are transient feet. Transient यानी temporary. बराबर, क्योंकि वो थोड़े टाइम उतनी साइज के रहेंगे, फिर उसकी साइज बढ़ती जाएगी. Okay, normally it is said that the fullest growth of the person, physical growth of the person, is up to 18 years of age. बच्चा 18 साल का होता है तब तक तो उसके आगे जो फेस रहने वाला है, बॉडी रहने वाली है, हाइट रहने वाली है, वो बस उस उम्र में बन जाती है. ओके, आफ्टर दैट द बॉडी माइट इंक्रीज बिकॉज ऑफ द लेस एक्टिविटी or because of some burden, tension. Because of that the body might grow, but height will remain the same. Okay, so here it is said that the sea, which has not changed over the years, was washing their terribly transient feet. Their feet were temporary because they were going to grow in the size. Okay, so that's why it is said that the sea was washing their terribly yani very much transient, very much temporary feet. Okay, some 20-30 years later she would laugh at the snapshot. Now here we are just informed about the second phase of mother's life. Up till now in the first stanza it was only the first phase of life when the poet's mother was not even married. That was before marriage. Now second stanza talks about her second phase. That was after her marriage. What it said over here, some 20-30 years later she would laugh at the snapshot. Okay, that happens, students. When we see our old photos, we might get the impression ki how I was looking at that time. Okay, now so many changes have come in my body. Even when we show our photographs to our children, the same feeling comes. Okay, you might just associate yourself with your children. Ki when I was young like you, see, I was looking like you. Now you are looking like me. At the young age I was also looking like you. Okay, so here after some 20-30 years she would laugh at the snapshot, because now she is in her middle age 35-40, like that. Okay, so 12, after that 20-30 years means 32-42, वो साल की उम्र की ये बात कर रहे हैं. When she would laugh at the snapshot means photograph only. When she looked at the same photograph she would laugh and she would go into the flashback, how I was looking, how nice I was, how my younger sisters were. Now they are also married, they also have their children. See Betty and Dolly, she would say. So while looking at the photograph, she would share this photograph with her daughter, who is our poetess. Okay, and she would ask her कि सी बेटी एंड डॉली, तुम्हारी ये जो दो आंटी है वो छोटी थी तब कैसी लगती थी, देखो उन्होंने दोनों ने मेरे हाथ पकड़े हैं. ओके, शी वुड से, एंड लुक हाउ दे ड्रेस्ड अस फॉर द बीच. जब बीच पे जाना होता था तब हमको कैसा ड्रेसिंग करते थे, यानी स्विमिंग कॉस्ट्यूम्स. ओके, व्हेन दे वर गोइंग टू द beach for enjoying their sea holidays, they would be in the swimming costumes. So how they dressed us for the beach. The sea holiday was her past. Now this sea where the photograph was taken, that was what the time of their sea holidays. They didn't have to work at that time in the family. Okay, their mother was there that time to look after them, to carry out their works, so they were quite free. That's why it is said that the sea holiday was her past. Now she is overburdened. The poetess mother is overburdened with all the responsibilities and looking after the household needs. So she is overburdened, and that's why it is said that the sea holiday was her past. This has become her past. Now she has to think much more before going to the sea, because she has some or the other work ready for her all the time. Okay, mine is her laughter. If you read the first part of that line, the sea holiday was her past, you don't get much mood कि चलो ये उसका पास्ट हो गया, अभी वो थोड़ी बड़ी हो गई है, अभी वो गृहिणी बन गई है. ओके, माइन इज हर लाफ्टर. बट व्हेन द पोएटेस टेल्स अबाउट हरसेल्फ कि उसका पास्ट क्या था, तो ये सी फोटोग्राफ, सी हॉलीडे उसका पास्ट था. अब मेरा पास्ट क्या है, मेरा पास्ट उसका लाफ्टर है. इट मीन्स हर मदर इज नो मोर. उसका लाफ्टर, उसकी खुशी मेरे लिए क्या बन गया है, पास्ट का इवेंट बन गया है. सो that line is a bit moving one, touching us, appealing us. Okay, because that shows, that has some element of sadness कि मेरे लिए उसकी हंसी क्या बन गई है, पास्ट बन गई है. मीन्स शी इज नो मोर. बोथ राय विद द लेबर्ड ईज ऑफ लॉस. नाउ बोथ दिस इवेंट्स फॉर हर past life, okay, her past, what we say, when she was 12 years of age, her young age has become her past, and for me her laughter has become past because she is no more. So both Rai with the labored ease of loss, both are looking now what? She is remembering both the events. Mother is remembering because her young days will not come back. Mother is remembering by looking at the photograph that those young days will not come back again. And the poetess is remembering, looking at the photograph, her mother, because the mother is not going to come again. She is no more. Understood? So that's why it is said that here you see, we can find it is disappointing. In a way, it is disappointing to look at this photograph, because both the things cannot come back in your life. That stage has gone. Okay, so this, whatever their life is now, especially the poetess life, is what almost unnatural, means she cannot go back into the past. When she remembers all this, she cannot go back into the past. So whatever she feels now, that is forced one. Okay, the sense of loss is there in these lines. Okay, they have to remember this loss with painful heart. Okay, and that pain is very much difficult to bear. Now third stanza we move on to. Now she's been dead nearly as many years as that girl lived. Understood? So now she's been dead nearly as many years as that girl lived. So that is talking about her mother's death. So this poetess has lived for certain years. So since those years, she has been dead. So what is the age of the poetess? Similar period has passed after her mother's death. Okay, there is nothing to say at all. Sorry, and of these circumstances, there is nothing to say at all. About this circumstance, about this situation, the poetess does not have any words to describe. Whenever students, I tell you, it is the matter of some loss of the loved ones or loss of the property or anything, the person will not find the words to describe them. So that's why here it is said that There is no words, she has no words to describe the loss of her mother. Okay, she cannot do anything about that. It's silence, silence is everything. It's silence, yani photograph looks silent. Okay, and photograph silence makes the poet also silence. So it's silence, silence is everything, we can say. The photograph silence, again silences the poet's heart. Otherwise, poet is leading her normal life. When she looks at the photograph, that time only this change comes. The loss of mother is there at the back of her mind all the time. But then also she manages in her regular routine life. But when again the same photograph comes before her eyes, she goes back into the flashback, and then the same thing just silences her heart. She doesn't have words to describe this big loss, because loss of mother is a terrible loss, student, I tell you. Okay, whether you believe it or not. So students, here we end the poem. I hope that you have understood it very well. The poem is divided into 3 stanzas. Each stanza talks about a particular phase of mother's life. Last is what? The phase after her death. Okay, so students, here we end. In my next video we will see its figures of speech and also the question answers. Thank you and have a nice day. Good morning, students. Once again a very hearty welcome to all the students in this English world of Aradhya. Myself Prashmin Dabi, teaching the students of 9 to 12 standard of English medium. Okay students, if you remember, last time we had started the poem A Photograph. I had explained to you the entire poem line wise. Remember, in this poem the poetess Shirley Toulson looks at one old photograph of her mother. In the photograph, her mother and her 2 aunts, Betty and Dolly, were appearing, and they were in their childhood stage. The photograph was clicked at the beach, and they all were dressed in the swimming costumes. And who had clicked the photograph? Their uncle. Okay, and then that entire poem is described in three phases of her mother's life. One before her marriage, when she was quite young, in her adolescent years. Okay, second is after her marriage, and third is after her death. So second and third stanzas were quite painful. We were also told that over the years many things have changed, but the sea appears to have changed less. Yani sea has remained the same, because it is what? It is a form of nature. And the last stanza was quite painful. Okay, when the poetess looks at her this photograph, and she can't feel comfortable after looking at that photograph. That sense of loss overpowers her, and then she cannot control her feelings. So that's why she says that that loss was very difficult to bear. And finally she tells us that the silence of the photograph silences everything. She doesn't have the words to describe this loss. Okay, now today we will see the question answers of this poem. So your first question is, what does the word cardboard denote in the poem? Why has this word been used? Okay, so students, if you remember, I had told you in the introduction only in my last video that in those days the photograph was pasted on the cardboard, and then it was framed with a glass front to preserve it for a long time. Like that photograph they would hang on their walls. Okay, so that's why photograph, here you can say the cardboard is nothing but a photograph which was pasted on the paper, on some cardboard, and that's why she uses the word cardboard, because it was an old practice of pasting the photograph on the cardboard. Okay, so why has this word been used? Because again, if you see the technical aspects of the poem, certain words which are used in place of the real words, the figure of speech you get is metonymy. Okay, I had taught you last year, students, if you remember, all the figures of speech. Okay, where this particular one, a change of name. Metonymy means what? A change of name. Say, for example, the eye of the sky was shining brightly. Now, eye of the sky means nothing but the sun. So instead of telling directly the sun, here the eye of the sky words are used for the sun. So here similarly, instead of using the word exact word photograph, the poetess has used cardboard. Okay. Second question, what has the camera captured? So remember students, camera was held by poetess mother's uncle. So, and he was clicking the photograph. When the mother was 12 years old, okay, they were standing at the sea very much still and smiling through their hair, because their hair were just flying, and that time the uncle captured this photograph. So you can say that the three girls, namely the eldest among them poetess mother and her two aunts Dolly and Betty, so in their swimming costumes standing still at the sea and smiling through their hair, was captured by the uncle. This is the answer of that question. Okay, we move on to your next question. What has not changed over the years? Does this suggest something to you? So what has not changed? I had already told you. Sea seems to have changed less. Sea has been the same. 50 years ago also it was same, now also it is same. It is a form of nature. So you can say what has not changed over the years? Sea has not changed over the years. Does this suggest something to you? Yeah, it suggests that our human life is transitory, temporary. Okay, we get old, we get young, we get old, okay, in the aging process, and then finally we die. But the elements of nature, the forms of nature, they remain almost the same for a long time, means for lakhs of years. That's why sea has not changed. That brings us to this understanding that our life is transitory, but the nature forms will remain permanent for a long time. Okay. Then the poet's mother laughed at the snapshot. What did this laugh indicate? So here two people in the poem, we are told that two people are looking at the photograph. One is the poetess herself. She looks at the photograph when mother is no more. And she only informs us that when her mother looked at the photograph, shared the photograph with the poetess, that time she would also ask her, ki look at Betty and Dolly, your aunts, how they were looking when they were young and how I was looking when I was young. I was the eldest among them. I was about 12 years or so, and your two aunts were too small. Okay, so that time this photograph was taken. So here the poetess mother laughed at the snapshot. She is laughing in that sense कि once upon a time she was very young, pretty, beautiful, and now that stage has gone, that phase has gone. The responsibilities of life, okay, especially after marriage, has made her very much overburdened. So now she cannot go back into that stage. That's why she is laughing at the snapshot. What did this laugh indicate? Okay, students, this laugh indicates that she was quite young. She can take only the pleasure out of looking at the photograph, but she cannot go back into that stage. Okay, now she is overburdened. She has much of worries and tensions, and she is not free as she was some 20-30 years ago. Okay, students, next question. What is the meaning of the line, both rye with the labored ease of loss? So here in the previous question, as I told you, कि both are looking at the photograph. The mother is looking at her younger days when the photograph was taken, and the poetess is looking at the photograph when mother is no more. So for both these guys, both these women, poetess and her mother, okay, this looking at the photograph is a painful thing. By looking at the photograph, they cannot feel comfortable. The mother cannot feel comfortable because she cannot go back into that stage. She cannot become again a 12-year-old girl. And for poetess, it is painful because she has already lost her mother. So that's why the meaning of this line is कि this loss, both the types of loss of your younger days and loss of her mother, are both very painful. Okay, So you cannot naturally feel comfortable when you come across such loss. So that's why the both rye with the labored ease of loss. Whatever you try to feel comfortable, whenever you try to feel comfortable, it is a forced one. It is not the natural one. Understood? So both have to take certain amount of pain to look comfortable. Otherwise, both when looked at the photograph, both were looking uncomfortable. Okay, what does this circumstance refer to? Okay, this circumstance refers to the mother's death. Okay, this particular circumstance came into the poetess life where she lost her mother, and that's why she says that this loss is so much that she does not have the words to describe this loss. So this circumstance is nothing but the mother's death. Okay, the loss of mother. Okay, then the three stanzas depict three different phases. What are they? So I already had told you in my last video. The first phase is what? The younger days, adolescent days of mother before marriage. Okay, you can say girlhood of the poet's mother. Second phase is after her marriage and when the poetess was a child, so childhood phase of the poetess, and this married life, the phase after married life of her mother. And the third phase is the phase after poetess mother's death. So these three phases are described in this poem. So students, these 5-7 answers, I hope all these 7 answers you will be able to write quite nicely. Okay, now let's look at the figures of speech for each line of this poem. Okay, so first line, the cardboard shows me how it was. Already I told you, cardboard represents what? Cardboard represents the photograph of the mother which was taken at the sea beach. So here cardboard represents the photograph. Directly she has not used the word photograph, but she has used the word cardboard. That's why it is metonymy. The cardboard shows us how it was. You can say it is also personification, because cardboard is a non-living thing and it is given the quality of showing. We can show, the things cannot show. So that's why it is personification also. The cardboard shows me how it was. Okay. Then students, we move on to the next line. So in the first line, the figures of speech are two, metonymy and personification. When the two girl cousins went peddling, so they are taking us back into some time, the photograph, when photograph was clicked. When the two girl cousins went peddling, so here when and went, W sound is repeated. So you can say this particular line is nothing but alliteration. Alliteration means the first sound of, means the initial sound of every word would be same. ओके, खड़क सिंह के खड़कने से खड़कती है खिड़कियाँ, तो ख ख ख ख खा की, वो कोई भी साउंड है शुरुआत का तो वो एलिट्रेशन है. तो यहाँ वैन एंड वेंट है. इफ टू और मोर देन टू वर्ड्स आर हैविंग द सेम साउंड in the particular line, then it is alliteration. So here we can say that the figure of speech in the second line is alliteration. Each one holding one of my mother's hands. So each one holding one of my mother's hands. So again here you see my mother, M sound is repeated. So it is also alliteration. Each one holding one of my mother's hands, and the word one is repeated twice. Each one holding one. The one is repeated twice, so you can say it is repetition also. So this particular line has two figures of speech. Alliteration because M sound is repeated through the words my and mother, and repetition because one word is repeated twice. Okay, and next line, and she, the big girl, some 12 years or so. Okay, so and she, the big girl, so she here represents the poetess mother. So that's why it is what? It is metonymy. Okay, she represents her mother, she, the big girl, some 12 years or so. Okay, you can also say that S sound is repeated in that particular line, she, some and so. So that is also alliteration. Okay, So this fourth line has two figures of speech. One is metonymy and second is alliteration. Now we move on to the next line, fifth line. All three stood still to smile through their hair. All three stood still. Okay, stood still to smile. SS sound is repeated. Stood still and smile. So again it is alliteration. And smile through their hair. So here through and there, both the sounds are different. You can say alliteration, three and through. Through sound is repeated through the words three and through. Then it is alliteration, but already I told you S sound is also repeated, so it is alliteration. Through sound is also repeated, so it is alliteration. Okay, all three stood still to smile through their hair. Now they were not completely still, so you can say it is hyperbole also. Their hair was moving, hair was flying in the air. So that's why it is said that it was hyperbole. It is hyperbole. At the uncle with the camera, a sweet face. Okay, at the uncle with the camera. So students, in this particular line you see at an a sweet face. That at an a, again you can say that sound is repeated. So it is alliteration. Now we move on to the next line. A sweet face my mother's. That was before I was born. Okay. So here this particular line is the figure of speech. My mother's, M sound is repeated. My and mother. So that is also alliteration. Students, I told you earlier also, last year, whenever you look at any line to identify the figures of speech, first just see simile metaphor, whether there is any comparison or not. Second, you see whether any human quality is given to any non-living object or abstract idea. Then it is what personification. When any abstract idea, non-living thing is directly talked to, then it is apostrophe. And then you have to pay attention to the sounds of the words. If the word begins with the same sound, then it is alliteration. If the words end with the same sound, then it is internal rhyme. And if the word is repeated, then it is repetition. And still, and if the word is giving you the meaning of some sound, then it is onomatopoeia. इतनी 6-7 फिगर्स ऑफ स्पीच तो तुम्हें दिमाग में रख के ही वही पहले अप्लाई करने की. ओके, देन एंड द सी विच अपियर्स टू हैव चेंज्ड लेस. एंड द सी विच अपियर्स टू हैव चेंज्ड लेस. सो स्टूडेंट्स, if you see the previous line, and a sweet face my mother's, that was before I was born. So that is also anastrophe because word order is changed. My mother's a sweet face, that way it should be. Word order is changed, so it is anastrophe. And next line we are doing, and the sea which appears to have changed less. Okay, so here the figure of speech is alliteration. And appears, those two sounds are repeated. Okay, washed their terribly transient feet. So here T sound is repeated through the words terribly and transient, so it is alliteration. And washed their transient feet, the C is given the quality of washing, so it is personification. Okay, second stanza, some 20-30 years later she would laugh at the snapshot. So if we take those two lines together, she would laugh at the snapshot. So she and snapshot, sum, all these words make it what? Alliteration. Okay. Then see Betty and Dolly, she would say. So there also see Betty and Dolly. S sound is repeated through the words see and she and say. And next line, and look how they dressed us for the beach. And look how they dressed us for the beach. So they and the, again the sound is repeated, so it is alliteration. In the entire poem mostly you will find alliteration, and they means mother's parents or the mother's uncle, aunt, whoever was there. So it is metonymy also. हमको कैसे ड्रेसिंग करते थे. नेक्स्ट लाइन, द सी हॉलीडे वॉज हर पास्ट, माइन इज हर लाफ्टर. So again these two are very painful life lines. Okay, the sea holiday was her past, so you can say it is euphemism. Euphemism means any bitter fact is presented in mild terms. So sea holiday was her past, mine is her laughter. ओके मेरे लिए उसका लाफ्टर क्या है, पास्ट की चीज हो गया है. बोथ राय विद लेबर्ड ईज ऑफ लॉस. सो अगेन देयर यू सी both rye with the labored ease of loss. Again labored and loss, L sound is repeated, so it is alliteration, and that is also telling you something painful. So it is figure of speech in that line also is euphemism. Now we move on to the last stanza. Now she has been dead nearly as many years. Okay, so here is the comparison between her time after death and how many years that girl lived, means the poetess. So that is direct comparison, you can say it is simile. So she has been dead nearly as many years as that girl lived. So as is repeated, so figure of speech is repetition, and it is a painful lie talking about the death of the mother, so it is euphemism. And of this circumstance there is nothing to say at all. This circumstance word refers to the death of her mother, so it is metonymy. Circumstances यानी mother का death. Okay, there is nothing to say at all. That particular line you have negative word nothing, that's why it is litotes or litotes, whatever you call. Okay, there is nothing to say at all. At all, a sound is repeated, so you can say it is alliteration. And its silences. So its silence, it means the photograph silence. Silence is the heart of the poetess. So silence is repeated twice, so it is repetition, and it is also paradox. Its silence is my heart. Understood? So students, with that we complete the figures of speech also. Kindly go through this poem and the question answers once again. I hope you will do well. Next time when we meet, we will take your second lesson, okay, from the same book. Till then, stay fit, stay fine, have a good day.